Good afternoon, hello, and welcome to the second episode of the Market View. This is a show that provides the latest stock market, financial, and business news. Today, we have the central bank governor, Dr. Phil Mnisi, explaining a forecast that reveals that there will not be much increase in the inflation this year. We'll also look into what SEDCO is doing to ensure SMEs thrive, and also get an update from SME Director Mluleki Dlamini on the selection process under the Women in Business Startup Microfinance Revolving Fund. We'll also be joined by our in-house journalist Nelsiwe Ndlangamandla for an interview on how the impact of the 13.6 billion amalangeni received from the Southern African Customs Union will have on the economy. And later we will have a segment where we'll be joined via Zoom by economist Mr. Sanele Sibia to provide us with the latest stock market. At this moment, we shall take a look at our first story. My name is Lungelele Makakula. Engaging financial institutions for support for small and medium enterprises and exploring the information technology sector are some of the things that small enterprises development company is doing to ensure SMEs thrive. The acting chief executive officer, Skumbuzo Mbuyisa, said this when responding on what it is they are doing differently to ensure SMEs grow.
Training programs that are looking at your basic business management, how to do your record keeping, how to do your business planning. But also we are seeing especially more young people that are incorporating ICT in their business intervention. I think we have learned from the COVID-19 era that our SMEs should be capacitated on ICT so that they digitize their operations. We are also linking them to markets, which is very important because for any business to thrive, you need to have the market. We work with financial institutions to better understand what they are looking for when they go through the business plans, so that we help our SMEs understand how to structure their business plans so that they can access finance in financial institutions. As part of our programming, we are getting into the energy space. We can see that as a country, we are channeling our efforts towards making sure that we are able to sustain ourselves in terms of the energy that we use. So as SEDCO, we are working with our SMEs to get into that space so that we generate enough electricity in the various communities where we are. Not only for domestic use, but also the businesses that can come up within that energy sector.
The selection process under the Women in Business Startup Microfinance Revolving Fund has already started. The Director of Small Medium Enterprises, Mluleki Dlamini, gave these details when given an update on the Revolving Fund launched in December last year, which is funded by Taiwan.
Kuvala lo mkhathi lo khona kubomake kakhulu laba semakhaya kulokuthola imali tekucala temabhizinisi sho ukuthi ke laba trainiwe lesibenabo kule program lephelile ngilabo ke lesitawuthi sifocus akibo kakhulu ukuthi naku sesifikile nishoda ngetimali tekucala sesiyakhona ke kuba sita ngetimali tekucala kufuna ukuthi vele ukhombise lokuthi uyosebenta nale business itawukhona lokuthi ibhadale back le mali bese ke soyakhona kusitakala sitabe sisebenta nakuyenteka cooperative lo tawuba nguye ke lo tasibukela lokuthi naba bomake bese soyakhona ke lokuthi abakhona lokubaniketa leto timali nase sekufike leso sikhathi lokuthi business lakhe sebayabona lokuthi selingacala ngeke sesicale nje ngokunika imali sitawuhamba sitrainane kusati lokuthi ibusiness iranwa njani ichubeka kanjani nekukhula kwayo kuba kanjani bese ke sesiyaphinza futhi sihamba sibamba netandla solo sichubeka lapho-ke sesitawubona-ke ukuthi-ke labo 25,000 lesibaniketako labama-loans bhadaleka over a period of 12 months. Sitawukubona lokho bayakhona kubuya yini khona nalesikhwama njengoba sisho sithi revolving khona sitawukhona kuphinde sisitela abanye in future naselapha sebakhona kubhadala. Sithi-ke nako ku-encourage nje bonke labakhona ukuthi abasonzele emahhovisi batawuva kabanti ngesikhwama and baphinde bangaya emahhovisini aka-ICDF akhona lapha ezulwini lapho sithi kuse-codec khona.
It's 6 minutes after 2. Right about now, we shall take a break and we'll resume with our in-house journalist, Nelsie Wendlangamandla.
Renewal of TV licenses for 2024 is now open. Here is a quick reminder. A viewer's TV license costs 180 emalangeni per device. Other accessories such as decoders and set-top box cost 50 emalangeni per device. For traders and repairers, TV license costs 300 emalangeni per business area. And now, to pay your TV license, use these following methods. You can use MTN Mobile Money with the number 76222000 or dial *007 *3 *7#. Or you can use Eswatini Imali. And you can pay our TV license at any post office in the country. Another option is you can use any NetBank branch using our TV license account number 119900430037. Don't forget, when paying for your viewer's TV license, reference with your PIN at all times. And when paying for a retailer TV license, reference with your TIN at all times. For more information, call us on 7802-4543 or 34050163 or 34020879. And you can send us a WhatsApp message on 762222000.
Welcome back. You're still watching Market View. Eswatini is 8 minutes after 2. We shall continue with our news. The Central Bank is forecasting that there will not be much increase in the inflation this year. The Governor, Dr. Phil Mnisi, said this when explaining what impact will the 13.6 billion amalangeni received from the Southern African Customs Union will have on the country's economy. The Governor stated that there is no straightforward correlation to inflation to SACCO results, adding that generally when there is more disposable income or increased expenditure, inflation goes up.
Commodity prices, as you are aware that in the past inflation has been going up and central bank have been applying a tighter monetary policy. Indications are now we've just seen the price of fuel coming down and other commodities and standardized, or what we call them standardized prices coming down. The projections now show that the forecast for 2024 may probably show a lower inflation compared to what we had projected. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, it was about 5.17, and we are now looking at about 4.97 inflation, which is auguring very well for the consumers, especially those that are also having some loans in the banks, because our main concern was that as inflation was going up, interest rates going up, this was resulting in non-performing loans in the banks, and we hope this will probably give a more accommodative monetary policy position in the coming year.
All right, so that was the Governor, Central Bank Governor Dr. Phil Mnisi explaining what the 13.6 billion malangeni from SACU receipts will have an impact on the country's economy. I'm joined by our in-house journalist Nelson Langamandla to explain further what this means. Nelson, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let's talk about the inflation, comparing it to other countries. Zimbabwe currently, as of last year, August, has the highest inflation and Cameroon has the lowest inflation. Ingabe kusho ukuthini nje lokho nje nasicompare ishalive leSwatini nasibuka economy ye-Eswatini?
Thank you so much, Lulu. So, nasibuka live Eswatini compared to other countries, Eswatini is performing very well since inflation yethu has been very low. Ayikake nje yona yafika kulo 6% mhlawumbe, which is targeted. Sibonile South Africa inflation ijumpe up to bo 6% last year. So Eswatini, according to economists and according to International Monetary Fund, is doing very, very well with inflation, which has been welcomed by both Consumers Association, even by the business community.
Yeah, ingabe kusho ukuthini nje nele lokuthi vele itawuhle ishintsha. I think siyabona lana ukuthi Zimbabwe currently it has the highest, whilst Cameroon yona iphasi. Ingabe kusho ukuthini ukuthi la eSwatini ihle ishintsha. I think Dr. Phil Mnisi did also explain that good correlation, good ebudlelwane ukuthi uma ngabe sithola ama-SACU receipts, mhlambe kutawusita ukuthi kube sekuba ne-inflation lapha even. What does that mean vele lokuthi ishintsha?
I think generally inflation iyashintsha depending on what the government is doing, depending on the expenditure yahulumende. Sinasibuka nje Lulu sikhulumisana nawe ema-economists ayasho ukuthi kufika kwema-SACU receipts currently doesn't mean ukuthi maybe kunemthelela ku-inflation, but if government starts maybe spending, it's how the government will spend. For example, nangabe government njenga April aqala manje anyusa imiholo, that means the inflation kutoba nayo le variation mhlambi itawukhula because it's an issue of supply and demand. Nangabe sesibanengi sesinale mali sesithenga kakhulu tawukhanza ukuthi le supply mhlawumbe ayisakhona ukuthi isenedise sonke, that's why the prices will go up. So that's why the inflation itawukhula according to expenditure.
Okay, so speaking of SACU receipts, Dr. Phil Mnisi also talked about SACU receipts and also what it means for the economy of Eswatini. Sekilo ukuthi ukhuluma wathini?
SACU receipts is very strategic and well welcomed and appreciated, because we believe it to be a booster, especially to government, to attend to some lagging and aging infrastructure. We can see roads, number of capital projects that have been lagging behind because of inadequate resources. So we believe that government will apply these resources, especially to capital projects which have got a potential of contributing to economic growth. We are also optimistic that the minister and cabinet and government will consider bolstering the stabilization fund, because that is the ability to deal with the fluctuations that we see in the SACU receipts. And consequently, when this happens, it got a positive effect to our reserves in growing the reserves of the country, because the SACU receipts come in foreign currency, and as government put aside some of the funds, consequently this has got an improvement on the level of reserves that we hold as a country.
Yeah, Nelly, that was Dr. Phil also, elaborating on the SACU receipts. I think we will recall Goguti this year when Minister announced Wavede Loguti Vele Akula by over 2 billion amalangeni. And Sunokuva nje Goguti, anamthelela muni Loguti regarding inflation lapha eveni nekusebenta kahulumende.
Yes, Lulu. SACU receipts kufika kwawo nje generally ukuthi hulumende uthole SACU receipts doesn't have any impact on inflation, but if government starts spending like injasesibekise njenge kukhulisa wona emaholo, that's when the money that government is using will have an impact on the inflation. I think the governor is also touching on the issue ye stabilization fund. We know the government is putting money away for rainy days on the stabilization fund. It's about 1.5 billion emalangeni. That is money to ensure that in case the SACCO receipts drop, we are able as a country to survive, to keep our head above the water and ensure ukuthi siyakhona kuphila. So uthi government nakangayifaka le mali ayengete kulama SACCO receipts, that can be a good thing too.
Yeah. Speaking of sustainability, Nelly, I think Central Bank, particularly in governor, is one of the people loyahlangane nabo soma business noma getting hlangana nabo soma business. Ingabe during those discussions bayaveta and bayabukusana ngokuthi ingabe banga investa kanjani leyo mali leyo ka SACCO instead of holistically depending on ama SACCO receipts.
Thank you, Lulu. I think we have talked with Business Eswatini. I think we talked to the chairman of Business Eswatini, Mr. Mvuselelo Fagutse, who explained ukuthi government needs to ensure that these SACCO receipts asebenziseka kahle and ensure ukuthi uinvesta kubo energy. We know ukuthi live lisesikhathini lapho khona lifuna kwenda clean energy. So they said if government can invest this money in clean energy, can invest this money on mining, live kula malanga ngivile ngandlebenye ukuthi Esera is doing something to ensure ukuthi kuba nema independent power producers. So that is what the business community is saying. The business community is saying let the SACCO receipts come, but don't depend on them too much, because what if they drop, then what are we going to do? So what is happening? The business community is saying invest this money in energy, invest this money in mining, ensure that we are self-sustainable as a country.
Yeah, ngiyakhumbula Nelly, after the announcement by Minister Gukhula kwalama SACCO receipts, you also had a reaction from different sectors, including Business Eswatini CEO Nathi Dlamini. What was his reaction or his response after the announcement?
I think the response is the same, because Mr. Mvuselelo was speaking on behalf of Business Eswatini too, but there is just one general comment that they are making, is that let us invest this money, let us ensure that we don't use all this money, because we know good see Lulu SACCO receipts. I think the previous year it was just 5 billion emalangeni, and then last year it was 11.75 billion emalangeni. You never know what's going to happen in the coming year. We might get lesser, we might get more. So the business sector is saying we are here to start the power, the clean power projects, so that we can boost the economy. So I think yes, government needs to ensure that this money is used wisely.
Yeah. So what would it mean if Eswatini were to be rated amongst the countries that have a high inflation rate? Njengoba sibona nje Zimbabwe currently ukuthi ngilo level elisahamba embili emhlabeni wonke. So what would it mean for Eswatini ukuthi libe amongst the high inflated countries?
I think high inflation means a bad impact, or maybe the economy has been affected negatively. I think the government, we've spoken to the Ministry of Finance, the Minister of Finance numerous times, who explained that we are doing all we can to ensure that Eswatini generates more projects, generates more revenue. Recently, they are doing a project where they are going to ensure that stringent measures are put in place to ensure that we don't lose money as a country, to ensure that parastatals play their role in generating revenue for the government, not that parastatals need to only maybe being subvented.
Also decrease expenditure.
Because currently parastatals are being subvented by government, and most of them do not generate revenue. So government is currently making projects of measuring the parastatals to ensure that they generate enough revenue to sustain themselves.
All right, thanks so much, Nelly, for joining us, for giving us that insight on the focus released by Dr. Phil Mnisi, who is the governor of the Central Bank. Right about now, let's take a break. We shall resume shortly.
Ujala masada mahle kunathi lesa.
Sabatandi ukuthi njengalokhu
Sivile sive sitikhulumeni.
Renewal of TV licenses for 2024 is now open. Here is a quick reminder. A viewer's TV license costs 180 emalangeni per device. Other accessories such as decoders and set-top box cost 50 emalangeni per device. For traders and repairers, TV license costs 300 emalangeni per business area. And now, to pay your TV license, use these following methods. You can use MTN Mobile Money with the number 76222000 or dial *007 *3 *7#, or you can use Eswatini Imali. And you can pay our TV license at any post office in the country. Another option is you can use any Nedbank branch using our TV license account number 119900430037. Don't forget, when paying for your viewer's TV license, reference with your PIN at all times. And when paying for a retailer TV license, reference with your TIN at all times. For more information, call us on 7802-4543 or 34050163 or 34020879. And you can send us a WhatsApp message on 762222000.
When you choose your adventures, you do so with an open heart and a desire for the unexpected. You embark on journeys to discover new worlds full of wonder. You choose a path to awaken your senses, a world to make you look up and realize just how inspiring this life can be. Arrive and awaken your heart. Explore life in ways only thought possible in your dreams. Discover just how far you'll go to expand your understanding of life's greatest mysteries. There's just one place on this planet with so much to offer. Now is the time for you to have the royal experience in the kingdom.
All right, welcome back. It's 23 minutes after 2. Thank you for staying with us. Right about now, Sabuga Kuti Ingabe Timakete Performa Ganjani with our economist, in-house economist, Mr. Sanele Sibia. Hasiku Fusele, Mr. Sibia, thank you for joining us once again on the show Market View Eswatini. I think ngaba kuvanje mhlambe sibuke kuqala ukuthi ingabe tinombolo time kanjani asingaqala nje sibuke ama currencies kokuthi wona eme kanjani.
No, asibonge and good afternoon to babukeli emakhaya. So the market siyadibona namhla kokuthi litshengisa kokuthi na ubuketa lilangeni neldola litshengisa ukuthi lilangeni libese lishona phansi ngacathaniswa neldola namhlanje kulesikhathi lesisibuka ngaso li trade $1 is to 19 emalangeni 82 cents. Bese nasibuka neli euro nakhona siyabona ukuthi lilangeni litshengisile ama signs of weakness alika performing endlela lekahle nakhona lehlile. €1 is to 20 emalangeni 44 cents, and then against the yuan siyabona sinakhona litshengise ama signs ukuthi liuluzile emandla la trader nga 8 emalangeni 12 8 emalangeni 12 cents to €1 to 1 yen.
Alright, sinasibuka siqhubele embili sibuka i-US Stock Exchange khona usichazela nje ukuthi nakhona lapho time kanjani inombolo.
Sisibuka stock market ase-US siyasibona ke ukuthi sona naso sikhombise kuvala ngedinombolo leti phansi nasicathaniswa nesayitolo nanamhla solo tiyachubeka dinombolo tiyatshengisa ukuthi stock market sase-US asiso lesijabule kakhulu lokho singakubuketa siku-attributed lokuthi ti-market setiyazama loku-adjusta ekuthenini ingabe imarket itawuhamba njani ngoba solo imarket ihlahle emehlo igadze kona ema-central bankers ukuthi atawenda njani nge-exchange rate manje nyalo ngathi le timeline yetsehle ama-exchange rates ekupushelwa embili so nasibuka nje tinkampani letihamba embili leting 500 in the US the S&P 500 nayo itshengisa tinkhomba tekuthi yehlile iclose at 49,000 and $42.81 on average bese iNasdaq yona nasibuka ama-automakers nawo atshengisile ukuthi acloser ehlile iclose at 17,613.04 itolo nasibuka ama-industrials the Dow Jones Industrial average yona itshengisa nayo kokuthi yes solo isesetudlwana ku-3830.17 but nayo solo itshengisa dona tinkhomba tekwehla ngalokuthi masibuka kuhamba kwawo umnotfo nalendzaba yema-interest rate ukuthi seyingathi seyiphusheleka embili ngokungathi timarket atsito letijabule kangako nakuhle.
Yeah, njengoba uchaza kusho nje Mr. Sibeke ukuthi vele ti-market akusito letikhomba kujabula kangako lamuhla. What does this mean nje mhlambe for the economy yelive leSwatini? Kusho ukuthini nje lesimo lesisibonako lamhla?
Loko siyubuketa ikakhulu kulamalanga lokuphusha le market reaction unathi indzaba tetensela i-interest rate lokusho ukuthi ti-market setigadzile setijake ukuthi ngaba imfule engenteka fast nala ekhaya sithombe lesisibonako leso ukuthi ti-market la ekhaya tibheke kokuthi i-interest rates engacala yehle ukuze itawubooster bathengi iphindze ibooster nalabo laba kubhizinisi ngoba nabo uyoboleka imali ye-production naseyiphansi le-interest rate so sigadze ukuthi umnotfo ubengilo awukhona ugijime so ema-investors nakabuka embili asabona ngazuthi seyitawuphusheleka embili le timeline leyo kanti bekuyinto leseyibhekekile kokuthi kulama-monetary policy committee meetings lesisuka kiwonyalo kaFebruary bese sibhekile lokuthi cha maybe bangaqala ba-indicate bona bo-governor bemabhange but nyalo kwangathi basachubela embili ngolokungathi kubese-ke sekunciphisa kujabula kwemarket.
Thanks so much, Mr. Sibia, kusiniketa nje leyo market analysis lomhla ekuseni. Hoping to see you again tomorrow on the show. Mbukeli, that was Sanele Sibia, long economist lapha Eswatini. See Bahlete Magete will resume with the show after the break.
Renewal of TV licenses for 2024 is now open. Here is a quick reminder. A viewer's TV license costs 180 emalangeni per device. Other accessories such as decoders and set-top box cost 50 emalangeni per device. For traders and repairers, TV license costs 300 emalangeni per business area. And now, to pay your TV license, use these following methods. You can use MTN Mobile Money with the number 76222000 or dial *007 *3 *7#, or you can use Eswatini Imali. And you can pay our TV license at any post office in the country. Another option is you can use any NetBank branch using our TV license account number 119900430037. Don't forget, when paying for your viewer's TV license, reference with your PIN at all times. And when paying for a retailer TV license, reference with your TIN at all times. For more information, call us on 7802-4543 or 34050163 or 34020879. And you can send us a WhatsApp message on 762222000.
Welcome back for staying with us. So, Bugela Hleli, Market View, Eswatini. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of our show today. Thank you for joining us. We're also live streaming on our YouTube page, Eswatini TV. You can watch this show. So, have a lovely day. We'll see you tomorrow. Nsale kahle.